my name's Jenna and I'm going to be taking you through a low intensity workout today. Part of this workout is both seated and part of it is standing, so just be aware that you need a little bit of space for it if you are going to take the standing options. Equipment wise, you're going to need a chair and either 2 dumbbells or 2 tins of beans or something like that that you can find at home to use instead. So first of all, I'll take you through a gentle warm-up that's going to get your heart rate up, make you feel a little bit out of breath. Then we're going to go through a little bit of a cardiovascular section, so again, getting that heart rate up a little bit further, and then we're going to have a little look at some upper body strengthening exercise to do as well. So let's get started first of all. Just remember you need to make yourself comfortable before you start, and we just need to make that space nice and safe as well. Make sure you have a glass of water to hand in case you need it, but we're going to start straight up into that warm-up, and we're going to go for a march seated first of all. So bring yourselves to the front third of your chair for me, and just get those feet moving when you feel ready. So, as usual, I want you to make sure that you keep yourselves working at your own pace. So I might be working too slowly for you, or I might be working too quickly for you. You adjust the pace to suit yourself. I will just set a general pace around you. So with all of these exercises, I want you to make sure that you keep a nice posture. So we're going to keep shoulders back and down. We're going to keep chest lifted. So to set that up, first of all, let's roll shoulders back. We're setting up that good posture. We're going to sit in a very upright position as we are in the chair. Well done. So from here we're going to take it to toes tapping forwards. And again, you just work at your pace. You don't have to go to the music. You don't have to go in time with me. I'm just setting somewhere general in between. So we are just gently raising that heart rate. So by the end of the warm-up, we should be feeling like we are starting to get quite warm. We are starting to feel a bit out of breath, but not so much so that you're not able to do the rest of the exercise. So please start off gently and work up as we go through. From here, I want you to take it down to digging heels in, pointing toes up towards the sky. Well done. We're going to keep that chest lifted, shoulders back and down through and out. Well done. So from here we're going to warm up those hips. We're going to take legs out side to side. Now if you suffer with any hip issues and this movement aggravates it, please just make the movement smaller and take it further along the ground instead of up and over. But this exercise is just going to start to wake up those muscles around your hips as we work through it. Good. Done. Fab. So from here, we're going to start to engage the core a little bit and mobilize through the top of your spine. I want you to keep heels raising for me, and we're going to just pass your tray side to side. So letting your eyes follow your hands, but making sure that those hips stay facing forwards throughout. Good. Well done. From here, we're going to reach it down, side to side. As we make our way through this movement, we're going to be mobilizing through the rest of your spine. We're going to be starting to engage these muscles that sit just above your waist. Good, and marching through from here. Well done. We're going to take it back to some toe tapping. This time we're going to bring in some arms as well. So as you tap toes forward, I want you to bring in opposite hands if you can. Try not to overthink it. As long as you're moving, I'm happy. So tapping those toes forward, we might start to feel a bit of a burn on the top of the thighs, but that's completely normal. Just starting to get yourselves warm. Good, well done guys. Keeping that chest lifted, shoulders back and down. We're going to take it down into your heel digs. Digging those heels in, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to bring in a bicep curl with it as well. Good. Doing really, really well here. We might again start to feel that burn on the top of the thighs. Fab. Well done. Again, let's take it back to those tap out side to side. And this time, if you want to, we can bring in the arms with it, so we take it up and out. Now, if this movement aggravates any shoulder issues, you can take it from the elbow instead. That's absolutely fine again, we're just looking at the warm-up here. Good. Well done, couple more to go. Last one. Well done guys, so just keep those heels raising for me, we're going to keep that blood flowing. But that is your warm-up done and dusted, so use this as an opportunity to take a drink if you need it. But I'm going to head straight into the main body of your workout. Now we're going to start with one of my favourite leg strengthening exercises that you've probably seen in other videos, and that's your sit to stands. So we're going to start first of all with 10 sit to stands. Now sit to stands, we're going to move either by pushing up off the chair, or we take hands across the chest and work through your legs themselves, okay? So either movement, I want you to make sure you keep those legs planted throughout, but we're going to go for 10 altogether, and I want you to work at your pace, okay? I'm going to set a general pace, but if you need to work slower, please just pause the video if you need to catch up afterwards, or if you want to work yourselves a little bit faster, you're more than welcome to, and you can add in either a few extra, or you can just take a march until I've caught up with you. So let's go for these sit to stands for 10 altogether, in 3, 2, and 1. Off we go, we take it up. So this is a muscle this is an exercise that's going to drive through all those big muscles in your legs, so we might start to feel quite out of breath. That's completely normal, it's really functional for helping you do things like stand up out of chairs, climb your stairs, climb those big hills as well. Good, so we're driving nose over knees, we're slow and controlled throughout. Well done. Go for one more look. And 10. Okay, so I want you to stay standing here for me, if you feel comfortable enough to. And we're going to take you to the back of your chair. Now, if you don't feel comfortable standing up, I want you to stay seated and I'll show you the alternate exercise there instead. The first exercise that we're going to go to is going to be a tap back. So we're going to hold on to the back of your chair. We're going to tap toes backwards here. Now, if you want to add in an extra here, you can take the arm out in front, making sure that you always keep one hand holding onto the back of your chair or your kitchen counter throughout, whatever you're using for support. Now if you don't want to take the standing option, we're going to stay on the floor and we're going to be going for fast beat and then a march. 5 fast beat and then a march, okay? So continuous march and fast beat throughout, or we're tapping back, taking the arm out in front if you want to. So let's work together on either of those options, and we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. We tap it back, and if we want that added extra, we add in the arm as well. Now we make sure that we keep that chest lifted throughout, shoulders back and down, so you've got that good posture. And we keep a nice soft bend in the knees, making sure that you only work as far as you're comfortable, and you're making sure that you're working at a pace that is comfortable for you. Good. Well done. Last one here. Fab. So next exercise that we're going to do standing is going to be an opposite hand to opposite knee. Now you can do this exercise seated as well, just make sure you're on the front third of your chair. If not, and you're standing up, we are going to face the chair. I'll demo in front first though. So you're going to be taking opposite hand to opposite foot, opposite knee, nice and slowly, okay? So opposite hand to opposite knee, nice and slowly. You might feel a little bit of a shake in your core, but that's completely normal. It just means that we're working it, okay? That movement is slow and controlled. We're going to do it facing the chair. Now you can either do it without holding on, or we can use the chair for a little bit of support if you need it, okay? So let's work together. Off we go. Now again, if you are seated, you can do this movement exactly the same, except just sat on the front third of your chair. Good. So that chest stays lifted. To help you balance, you might want to focus on a point about 3 meters in front of you or 3 feet in front of you. Making sure that you keep that breathing nice and regular. To also help with your balance, you might find it quite good to suck your belly button towards your spine, and that's going to help to engage those really core stabilizing muscles. But as I said, if you want to challenge yourself, you're more than welcome to perform it without holding up. But that's just your added extra. Okay, so last exercise that we're going to go for standing is either going to be a lunge or transferring your weight. Okay, so option one, transferring weight slightly easier. We step forwards to one side of the chair, step back, and then we step to the other side of the chair. So you make sure that you've got a clear workspace, first of all, and we step out to one side, back in, and we step to the other, making sure we're holding on for balance. And if you want to take it up a level and you feel comfortable doing so, we can take it for a lunge. So we step forwards and down, push it back. We step forwards and down, push it back. Okay, so that's your option one and your option two. Now if you're staying seated for now, instead we're going to raise one leg up in front at a time. Okay, so straightening the leg, feel a bit of a squeeze at the top, and swap as we go. Okay, so do what's best for you. We're going to work together in 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. We're stepping forwards, either lunging or just transferring that weight and changing direction. Well done. So if you don't feel comfortable that your chair is kind of a stable enough balance for you or a balance aid for you, you can use something like a kitchen counter, your kitchen sink, just to hold on to for that little bit of extra stability. So we might be feeling a bit of a burn in the tops of your legs here, and that's just because those big muscles are working hard. So it's at this point as well that you might start to get a bit breathless because they're nice big muscles, which means that they use a lot of oxygen. Well done. We're going to go for 2 more. Good, last one. Well done guys, so you worked really hard there. Again, use this as an opportunity to grab a drink if you need it, and if not, we're going to take a seat down back on your chair. Now for this next section you are going to need either your dumbbells or your tins of beans, so just make sure you've got those ready. And as I said, you can use this as an opportunity for a break. I'm going to continue straight through, so please pause the video if you need to. So the first exercise that we're going to go for, with your dumbbells or your tins, we're going to keep heels raising. We're going to sit on the front third of your chair. And we're going to be going for your bicep curl. So with this bicep curl, we're going to make sure we're sat up nice and straight, shoulders back and down. And I want you to join me when you're ready. So as you can see, this movement needs to be nice and slow, nice and controlled, even on the way back down. We don't just let the arms flop, we control it on the way back down as well. And we're going to make sure that we keep those elbows glued in towards your sides as well, which means that we're only going to work these muscles, your biceps. Well done, guys. Good. Okay, so from here we're going to be working the small muscles in the tops of your shoulders. We're going to take feet out slightly wider, so you've got a little bit more support, and we're going to row up in front. Now when we row up in front, I want you to drive up with your elbows. You can give me a cheesy grin at the top if you want to. You take it all the way up to the top and back down. And again, we're either doing this with your dumbbells or your tins. If you do suffer with any form of shoulder issue and you find that adding a weight into the movement aggravates a bit of pain, then just lose the weight and just try for the movement itself without the weights. So you might be wondering what these muscles are used for, these small muscles in the tops of your shoulders. And we often use these muscles to help you pick things up, put things up in cupboards, that sort of movement. They are very functional. They are quite small, so don't be put off if you do get tired quite quickly with these ones. We're going to go for 2 more altogether. Good. We've got 1 more to go. Wow. Okay, so from here then guys, last upper body exercise, we're going to hinge from the hips slightly, and we're going to be pulling in towards the waist, okay? Now for anyone who has any cardiac or lower back issues, we're going to have a slight hinge. And for anyone who doesn't have any of those previous mentioned issues, we can hinge slightly further, okay? So whichever option you're taking, we're going to hinge and we're going to take your weights from hanging down to pulling in towards your hips, okay? So join me when you're ready, guys. We're We're going to keep that chest lifted throughout. And whether you're slightly hinged or fully hinged, I want you to make sure that you keep a nice flat back for me, okay? So no hunchbacks, we keep everything nice and flat. So by doing this, we make sure that we're working those muscles in the mid and upper back. So they're really important for posture. A lot of us are spending time at the moment where we're sat down at desks or you're sat down on the sofa, we end up punching quite a lot. So this is a nice exercise to open out that posture. And I just want you to make sure that you keep those toes tapped in throughout. So the reason we do that is to just make sure that that blood keeps flowing and we don't feel dizzy. Well done. We're going to go for 2 more here. Good. Last one coming up. Good. Okay, well done then, guys. So we can pop those weights down on the floor and we can just keep those heels moving in between. Now feel free to go back and repeat the main section of the workout. That's the standing exercises and those upper body strengtheners. Feel free to repeat those again before you join back in the cool down. But for now, I'm going to take you straight through to your cool down. We're going to cool you down gently and have a little bit of a stretch off on all of those muscles that we've just worked really hard. So to begin our cool down, we're going to start off by rolling shoulders back for me. Taking it all the way back in there. Again, we're going to time in your breathing with this. We breathe in as we come up. We breathe out as we roll down your back. Good. Well done. Okay, so from here, we're going to reach up and over to your back to scratch your back. And I want you to support your elbow from the front with your hands. Just keeping those heels raising for me. Good. We're going to have a little shake out. Taking it over to the other side to scratch your back, supporting from the front with your hands. Well done, guys. We're going to take it back. Have a little shake off. Now we're going to stretch your upper and mid back. You have worked those quite hard today. And we're going to push it forwards here. Now this is the only time I will tell you to have a hunch back. As we feel that stretch to the top of your shoulders, top of your back. So if you are aching over the next few days from those exercises that we've just done, and you're aching in your upper back, this is a good stretch to go for. Well done. From here, let's have a little shake out. And we're going to go to a shoulder stretch next of all. So I want you to bring one arm across your body. Now you can either hold it below or above the joint, don't hold it on the elbow itself. But we're going to bring it across. Now once we're here, you'll probably have noticed that your shoulder's trying to creep up towards your chin. If that is the case, we're going to drop your shoulder down. And if you feel comfortable to, we try to bring the shoulder further across. If you're not comfortable to, just drop it and hold it there. So this stretch is going to stretch through all of the tops of your shoulders, all of the back of your shoulders. So again, if you are aching there over the next few days, then this is a good one to go for. Good. Let's have a little shake out here. We're going to take it over. Well done. We're doing really, really well here. Same again. Make sure that you drop that shoulder down if needed. Have a little shake out here. So we'll take you to your hamstring and calf stretches to finish. We're going to have one bent leg, one straight leg. We're going to hinge from the hips, keeping that chest lifted throughout. And we should be feeling the stretch from the back of the straight leg here. Well done. So now I want you to bring your toe back towards your body, and if you get any pain in the back of your knee, we're just going to slightly bend that leg. But we should be feeling a stretch through your calf at the bottom. Well done. So just a little march in between for me. And we're going to take it to the other side. So one leg bent, one leg straight. Hinging forwards, keeping that chest nice and lifted. Feeling that stretch through your hamstring at the back. And same again, we're going to draw your toes back towards your body. Feeling that stretch in your calf at the bottom and bending the leg slightly if we get any pain in the back of the knee. Well done. So just marching through from here for me gently. And we're going to finish off with your breathing exercise. So just to finish, we're going to take in a nice deep breath all the way up. And as we breathe out, we're going to push down in front. Good, once more. Okay, well done guys, you did really, really well there. Like I said, if you feel like you want to go back and repeat any of the main section, please do before you get to the cool down. But we will see you again soon, thank you.